Wonderful. Welcome, friends. Today we're gonna do another very nice session and hopefully again learning to really tap into the power of your mind and your heart to generate a state of inner peace, a state of completeness, a state of inner richness, and learning to make that feeling kind of stronger. And this is a great power that you have as a human being, that you can start to, by generating a state of heart, a state of mind, which is beneficial for yourselves and others, you can start shining that out into your reality. Because there is a lot more to this reality than just this physical body, this flesh and bones, and finding pleasure and finding safety and security and avoiding suffering and fear and all these things. There's a much deeper layer on this reality, and learning to tap into that and to become more the creator of this life and become more also the observer. You are both. You're both the observer and the creator. God, this creation, this universe is part of you, like you are part of that. So learn to tap into your true power with this session. But first, before we start, I want to talk a little bit about some of the techniques that we will be doing. The important thing of, for instance, nasal breathing. Why is this so important? I get these questions a lot, like should I breathe through the nose with these sessions or through the mouth? Well, the reason why we breathe through the nose is, first of all, very practical. You filter out, of course, the dust and the pollen and the particles, even some bacteria and viruses. You filter that out, which is great. Secondly, you moisturize the air. Otherwise, if you breathe through the mouth, it comes into the lungs very dry, and if you breathe too long, it will dry out not just your mouth, but also your lungs. So that's why you breathe through the nose. Also, which is important, that you make the air the temperature of the body. Yeah, especially if you're in very cold environments, you have to warm up the air a little bit first before it enters into the lungs. Now, on a deeper level, very importantly, the nose creates a kind of gas. It's called nitric oxide, and this is a very important gas. It's a dilator. It opens up the cardiovascular system. It opens up the bronchites, so that your lungs, the bronchites, these small lung sacs, they will open up a little bit more. The vascular system, all these small veins, tiny veins, they will start to open up a little bit more as well, so that the blood can flow better and the body can get more oxygenated. Also, nitric oxide is a very important gas to kill viruses. So especially for some of you, if you're worrying about viruses, breathe very slowly through the nose. But these reasons is why we breathe through the nose in these pranayama practices. And another very important thing also is, as we're gonna do this more and more subtle, more and more slow, is that you can start to focus on how the air slowly enters into the nose cavity, and you can almost feel it pass the brain. And this is a very important point to focus on if you want to breathe yourself into a kind of meditative state, so that you can become one-pointed. It's called dharana in the yoga practice. One-pointed attention, and then you can enter into a state of meditation. So, breathing through the nose is, for those reasons, very important. Another good thing with the nose breathing is, if you constantly breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, especially if you want to do meditation, you have to move some parts of the body. So when you have the mouth closed and the tongue against the roof of the mouth for meditation practices, it's very helpful to just breathe through the nose. Now, we're going to do in this practice what it's called the bee's breath, or an om chanting. You have to see which one you want to do, but making a sound like scientific studies have shown, it's almost as if all these wonderful yogis in the ancient past already did these studies, but that making a sound like this will increase the amount of nitric oxide that's being produced in the nose, up to 15 times. So it's not just a spiritual practice making a humming sound like or om, but on a practical, more scientific, physical level, it greatly improves your whole health with doing these kind of practices. So if you want to learn more about this, I would say find out more yourself. It's called nitric oxide being produced in the nose by nasal breathing, and especially making the sound of will resonate certain kind of glands which will produce this type of gas, glands I'm saying, and it's really beneficial for your health. Okay, so what we are going to do in this practice is taking some time first to connect with what do you actually want. This session is called Warrior of the Light, Warrior of Light. So if you want to be a warrior of light and want to start shining light into this world and good vibes and positivity, so that this world will be a more beautiful, not just life experience for you, but also a more beautiful place for the people around you. And what is the state of being you want to shine out? What is the state of the world you want to experience, you want to see? I'm pretty sure, at least for me and for the people I know, it's a state where there is peace in the world, where there is acceptance, where there is kindness, where there is complete love, if you want to call it like that, this complete accepting and taking care state of being. Now the important thing is, if you want to achieve this outside of yourself in the world, you have to learn to feel it, to develop that state of being within. If you cannot accept yourself yet, or if you cannot accept certain parts of the self or your past, or your worries about the future, or sitting still and being so agitated that you cannot even find kindness and peace in the moment with yourself, then you can try very hard to fix the world around you, or you can find so much information about what is bad about the world and trying to fix it. You have to learn to sit with yourself first and be friends with yourself. Be in that state of complete acceptance, inner peace and kindness with all aspects and layers of your being. So that's what we're gonna do in this session. And when we can start to feel that state of acceptance and inner peace, we're gonna learn to make that feeling stronger. And like we can breathe it out and start to, like a broadcasting tower, you can start to shine that out into your life. And it works, believe me. So we are going to do that session. And for that, we're gonna also make a sound like oh, because on a more energetic level, I explained how this helps to create nitric oxide, which helps you to relax and all these things, but also on a more energetic level, you start to resonate, you start to release some negative energies, and you can start to open up the heart a bit more and start to make space within that space of consciousness in which you can start to feel the spaciousness within the divine reality and God nature within you. All right? Wonderful. So let's start off with taking just a little moment to sit. You can close the eyes, take a couple of nice calm breaths. And if you breathe very slowly through the nose, try to feel almost how that nitric oxide, that wonderful gas that will open up a little bit more the bronchites, will open up more the vascular system. How you breathe it in and how when you breathe out you can let go what you don't need. Beautiful. As you keep breathing nice and calm, feeling the air pass through the nose cavity and out, take a moment to connect with where you are now. You feel your body, you hear the sounds maybe around you. Become okay with your state of body, whether it's a bit restless, or whether it's a bit tight, or you have this or that ache. Become okay with it, like you smile, like, for a moment I'm just feeling it. That's all right. It's part of my life experience in this moment. Become aware also of your state of mind, whether you can concentrate easily, or you feel you're still a bit restless, or you have a certain doubt or worry in the mind. Like you just observe the mind. It's a flow of energy, it signals in the brain. See it as that and feeling like, my mind is a bit restless, or my mind is very calm. That's all right. I feel it. I accept it as a life experience for now. Now, for a moment, think for yourself, how would you want to have this life experience for yourself, but also for the world? How would you want to feel? How would you want that to be? Like a life of peace, a life of acceptance when things don't flow the way you want them to flow. A state of kindness and peace. A bit like a very old, wise man or woman that's just smiling at whatever comes, like, I accept it, it's all right, it's all right. It's okay. For just 5 very slow breaths, breathe from the belly up towards the heart. From the belly you breathe a state of connection with the moment. When you breathe up to the heart, you breathe into the heart a state of acceptance and kindness. You can breathe further up to the head, like you breathe into the brain, that projection of the world of peace, of acceptance, of kindness, of abundance. Like you smile with the belly, the heart, and the head. Wonderful. You can slowly move a little bit the head, move the shoulders, the hands. You can move however you want. Great. So in case you want to keep doing a practice like this every day, we're going to repeat this in this session a bit longer. But make sure that you take a moment to feel and accept however you feel at that moment. You want to create first the unity with the moment. That is very important. And then start with a couple of breaths to generate that state of completeness and acceptance and make it stronger. One more bit of theory for this. It's a kind of manifestation practice. A lot of people maybe that are now doing this and watching this, they notice that there is actually so much going on in the mind. maybe also in the emotional system. And it's really hard to create a certain state of okayness, or it's really hard to create a kind of projection and an idea of a state of world where there is abundance and inner peace, because you have so much happening in your mind. That is why in the life design course that I have created, there is a whole series of videos in which you learn to start to create space in the heart and the mind. Because otherwise the only thing you're doing is going through these same routines of thoughts and emotions, and that will be also kind of the thing you will keep projecting in your life. A busy life, maybe where you don't have the things that you look for in life, or maybe where you feel you're missing always out, or where there's conflict or this or that. Learn to create space in the heart and the mind, to use it as the most powerful tool you will ever encounter in your whole life. Okay, so this is really important. Feed your heart, feed your mind with good things, with peaceful things, like you're feeding the body with good food. Also feed your mind and heart with positivity and good vibes, and don't feed yourself with too much crap you can find on the internet and TV and music and all these things. Inner peace, balance and love. So let's start off this session with doing some movements to open up the physical body, and we're going to do some stronger breathing techniques that you've probably done before with me, and then again doing these slow breathing techniques and learning to generate those states of being. And if you do this for a month every day, you will become so good at it, and you will start to become more and more the creator of your life, but also creating more acceptance for the things that you cannot create. Wonderful, friends. So let's come up into a standing position. Again, we start for a couple of breaths. Rotating the hands, take a nice deep breath in, lengthen, lean back, up, breathe out, rotate the hands, press the wrist back, open up the chest. All right, so like this, in, full in, lean back, strengthen the back, and out, open the chest. Strengthen the back muscles. 2 more times. Full in, lengthen up, interlock the fingers, press them out, exhale, come to one side, inhale up, exhale, in and out. In 3 more breaths. Make some space in your sides, really keep a pressure, a strength in the belly, in the buttocks. One last time. Then lengthen up, reach up as high as you can. Let's stay for 3 breaths. Finger pointing up. Tip of the toes, 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Bring the hands down, connect with the sensations in the hands and the arms. You can feel the hands, you can feel the blood flow in the arms. Great. A little bit more active, jumping, stepping from side to side, so that we really start to wake up a little bit the body, all right? So jumping. So keep going like this. Keep going, jumping, clapping, for a little bit longer, increasing the blood flow, opening up the body, waking up. Beautiful. Standing still. Hands about shoulder height, and twisting with the hips. Again, jumping a bit. You can even turn the head a bit as well if you want. Couple more times. Beautiful. Shake everything loose. Good. Legs wide. Bending the knees, arms up. Like this, interlock the pelvic floor muscles, engage them. Up. 3 more breaths. Strengthening the upper legs. Beautiful. Feet parallel. Interlock the fingers behind you, head down, take deep breaths. 5 more deep breaths. Beautiful. Slowly coming up. Let's do one more time with the arms up this time. The elbows at shoulder height, hands open, rotate the shoulder blades back, press the back of the neck out, engage the pelvic floor muscles. 3 more breaths. You can come up onto the tip of the toes if you want. Beautiful. Again, coming up. You can interlock the fingers if you found that comfortable and over your head, or you can bring the hands down. That's fine as well. However you want to do. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Now bend one knee, bring the torso to that side, and then do the same for the other side. Like this a couple of times, whether the hands are down or the arms are up. Just bending and creating some space in the inner thighs. Beautiful. One more time, pressing the buttocks back and up, wiggle the head, bring the torso down a bit more with each breath out. Beautiful. Slowly coming up. Standing position, feel the body, connect. Beautiful. We've done some very simple practices, but you can feel the blood flow has changed. In the arms, the hands, the inner thighs, nothing spectacular, but you feel the subtler layers of your being. And this is super important, to feel life happening even when you're not really doing anything. Great. Let's come again into a sitting position. Good. We're going to do a little bit of stronger breathing. This spinal breathing that most of you have done before for 3 rounds. And after that, doing some very slow breathing and making that sound of when you breathe out, just very gentle. And feeling as you breathe in that the air passes through the nose cavity. And maybe you can imagine feeling as if that wonderful gas, that nitric oxide, comes into the lungs. It starts to open up the bronchites a little bit more. It starts to open up the capillaries a little bit more, these small veins in the body, and the body expands. And when you breathe out, you release again. All right, so hands on the knees. Take a little moment to connect with the body. Let your breathing settle. Feel the hands, the fingers, the arms, the shoulders, the belly, the legs. Starting up with the first round, nice and slow, 9 breaths. We exhale, slide the hands down, round the spine. Inhale, chin up, hollow the spine, slide hands to the hip. Out. In. Out. And like this, breathing with the spine. 6 more nice deep breaths. Take Take a full deep inhalation, inhale, inhale, inhale. Then either exhale halfway and hold the breath still, or do a full Bahya Bandha, Bahya Pranayama, if you know what this is, but full exhalation. Hold the breath still, whether you're breathing halfway out or fully out, hold it still for as long as you comfortably can. And whenever you want to breathe again, you exhale completely, and then full inhalation with the head up, Murcha, and then you hold it in with the chin down for 15 seconds. Feel that expansion as you hold the breath in. Smile a bit. And release. Relax. Wonderful. Second round. If you feel okay, we're going to do this longer and more breaths. We're going to do 30 breaths. If you have some serious health problems, do it nice and slow and do only 9 breaths or something. Otherwise, we do it full power. All right? So exhale and in and out. In, out. In, out. And keep going like this, like you're breathing with the spine. You're opening up the heart, the throat, the whole length of the back. Opening up all the energy system, oxygenating the body, carbon dioxide out. And like this, you keep going for another 15 breaths. If you feel alright, do it with full power. Opening up, unblocking, releasing. 8 more breaths. Beautiful. Last 3 full breaths. And after your last full inhalation, exhale either halfway or completely and apply Mahabandha. As you hold the breath still, just observe a still body, but so much sensations happening in the mind, in the body. Feel your body. Feel. Observe with kindness and let this technique harmonize and balance every layer of your being. If you need to breathe, you take a full inhalation and hold for 15 seconds. Relax. It's all good. Let the technique still do its work within. Let everything settle, let your breathing calm down. Breathe very slowly but with full awareness through the nose cavity in the body. The last round. Again, 30 breaths, only if you feel okay. Don't push too much. Kindness, friendliness, not forcing anything too much. All right, so prepare. Exhale, rounding the spine, in and out. In and out. Keep going like this for another 15 rounds, 15 breaths. Ten more breaths, like climbing up a mountain. Unblock, open up, release. Push through a little bit more. Last 5 breaths. Last full deep inhalation. Exhale and hold the breath still. Stillness in the breath, but feel you have a body of energy. There's so much flowing through the nervous system, so much electric signals, so much subtler energies. Feel a body of energy. Hold for as long as you can, but otherwise you exhale and you then hold a full inhalation. Hold in for 15 seconds. Make Mahabandha if you know what this is. You can turn the palms up as you place the hands on the knees. Let everything settle. The breathing, the heart, the body, the mind. It's all good. It's life happening moment by moment by moment. Let it happen. And for a couple of very calm breaths with the breathing out, you make a humming sound. You can do that with the mouth open, or with the mouth closed. It's all good, but making a sound like for a couple more breaths with the humming sound. And feel after you've made the sound as you breathe in through the nose. Again, feel really the air passing into the nose cavity, passing in the skull, passing the brain into the lungs, filling yourself up and releasing. Just a couple more enjoyable, kind breaths. Now relax the breath. The body can breathe by itself, no need to control. Just feel breath flowing in through the nose cavity, expanding the body and breathing out. Let go a little bit more. With each breath out, release. From the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes, release the heart, the mind, the body. Make space. Release and accept. Create that space within. With kindness, with patience. It's all good. It's okay. It's life happening. I'm sure you can relax a bit more the eyebrows, the lips, the jaw, the shoulders, the hands. Let the arms rest. Relax the chest, the heart, the belly. And whatever you cannot relax, you accept, you feel. The legs. Start to connect again and breathe very slowly. Bit of pressure down towards the belly. And feel your connection with the present moment. Keep breathing very slow, but breathe your connection with the ground you're sitting on. Breathe your connection with the room that you're in, your connection with the present moment. To the belly, like breathing into your roots. Accepting foundation. With the next breath in, as you breathe into that foundation, that connection with the moment, you breathe a bit further up with the awareness to the heart area. And as you fully inhale, as you exhale, you relax the heart muscle. You relax the heart center. And learn to make little mini smile. Like from the belly comes that state of acceptance, and as that acceptance becomes more, you bring it up to the heart starts to open and you smile a bit with the heart, and with the breath out, you expand that state of being into your whole being. Learn to tap into the power of the heart. Feel that you can make that state stronger with the heart of kindness, acceptance, maybe even love. Wonderful. Let's breathe that state of being. As we breathe from the belly up to the heart, we bring the awareness up to the head, the brain. And as we hold the breath in for just a little moment, we make like a smile with the brain, and we, like a broadcasting station, you bring that state of being into all layers of your being, your physical body, your emotional body, your mind body. Everything starts to loosen up a bit. Like a state of, it's all okay. It's all right. It's life happening right here, right now. And you're connected. Divine consciousness within. You can make that feeling stronger. Breathe it from the belly to the heart to the head, and smile it into the world. Smile it to your friends, to your family, to your surroundings. Breathe it into the room. With the breathing, make the feeling stronger and stronger. Like you start to glow with light, with acceptance, with love, with compassion, forgiveness. Like you become divine consciousness itself. It's okay. It's all right. keep doing this a little bit more. Imagine a world where there is peace, where there is abundance, where there is plenitude of wonderful nature, plenitude of wonderful people living together in harmony and balance, in unity. Breathe that state. Just a couple more breaths. Relax. Feel free to sit a bit longer. Feel free to just move a little bit, but take a couple more moments to kind of bathe in that state of being, to immerse yourself in that state of being that you have created in this session. Just a couple more moments of sitting in completeness.